Hey folks, welcome back to Dig Drive DIY. You know, in last week's video, I mentioned that I sold my black pickup truck. So I got to make the Jeep my pickup for now. That's another story for another video. Well, that made a few of you curious as to what I might be getting as a replacement. Well, I got to tell you, the decision on what I should get was a tough one, and I struggled with it for months. But finally, a decision has been made. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why I decided to sell the black truck, how I decided on its replacement, and what I hope to do with the new truck in the future. And then you can decide for yourself whether it was a good idea or if I'm just a complete dummy, because quite frankly, I still haven't decided myself. Dig Drive DIY! My most recent truck that I bought just over a year ago was a pretty nice one. It was a 2018 F-150 XLT 4x4 V8 with a cloth interior, and it was black. I chose black for two reasons. Number one, the previous four trucks I had were all white, and so I just really wanted to try a black one. And number two, at that time, I had intended to paint my F-750 dump truck black, and having a black pickup truck would nicely fit my brand, as I was hoping to establish. So I scoured Facebook Marketplace and all the usual car buying sites for a couple months, and finally settled on this 2018 with nice chrome wheels. The truck certainly wasn't perfect, but it was nice. It had 155,000 miles, a couple of dings and dents, and it was soon going to need new tires, but that's the way I always buy them. They're always well used, need a little TLC, and about a gallon of elbow grease. What can I say? I'm attracted to the fixer-uppers. I always have been. And I know the reason why. It's because I didn't have any money. I could never afford to buy the newest, cleanest, most reliable, and best version of what I wanted. So I'd find the cheapest version I could, put a ton of time, effort, and as little money as possible into it, and then have something that made me feel proud to drive and satisfied for my accomplishment. Rusted out body parts? No worries, I'm not afraid of a welder and a little Bondo. Bad engine? Not a problem, these things are easy to find engines for. Only drives in reverse. Sounds like an opportunity to learn about rebuilding transmissions. High miles! Hey, I'm not afraid to roll the dice and take a chance, I'm a rambling, gambling man. Of all the mechanic specials and well-ridden trucks that I've owned, they've all had one thing in common. They were cheap. But they had potential. My black F-150 was no exception. It was one of the cheapest ones of that version I could find because it had high miles, which it is always a gamble. But the only thing I really had to do was put spark plugs in it, and I had to fix one of the nearly bald tires, and that was it, other than trying to keep it clean. Yeah, it took less than a year to get the fantasy of owning a black truck completely out of my system. I just don't have the time to keep it clean, I guess. And a lot of you viewers warned me too, so yeah, I get it, I told you so, I hear it, I'm eating crow, whatever. No more all black trucks for me. There's black on the new paint job on the dump truck, I know, but it's all within arm's reach. I can easily get to it just standing on the ground. That's my new rule. No black on flat surfaces like hoods or roofs. It's all gotta be vertical. The new paint job on my F-750 was Bronco inspired and then implemented in style. And this establishes my brand. Now I need to expand the brand. There goes my pickup for the last time. So I made up my mind to ditch the black truck and find a silver replacement to better fit the look I was going for. The real dilemma I was facing though was how much should I budget for another new truck? I'm a little older now and can probably afford something that doesn't need any work. I got a lot of things going on, and the last thing I do need is another project. I've worked hard for a lot of years so that I can eventually have some nice things. And everyone I talk to says I should just get it over with and buy a newer truck, or even a brand new truck. Could you imagine?
Neil, you should just buy a new truck and be over with it.
All right. I was thinking about it. Maybe it was time if I could find exactly what I was looking for. Silver, leather interior, and shiny big wheels. Everything I find is all blacked out wheels though. But then one day, on one of my frequent stops at a local dealership, I felt like I got a sign. I might have just found my next truck. This truck pulled in as I was standing here looking at other trucks, and it's got the silver F-150 on it that I'm looking for. But it looks like a power boost, so I'm not sure. Iconic silver Lariat. Goodness. Power boost, that is exactly what I want. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was wondering if I could test drive. There's a 2024 Power Boost Silver Lariat out here.
Oh, yeah.
It's online too. And that thing is sharp. This truck is a Power Boost, meaning it's got the 3.5 liter turbocharged V6, but it also has a battery, and it can use the battery in conjunction with the engine to maximize fuel efficiency. It's nice and tight. All right, so this truck right here is a 2024. It's a Lariat, which means it comes with leather interior, which I really like. It's got the big I think it's got 22-inch rims on it. They're sharp. I love chrome wheels, obviously. It's the Power Boost engine, which I've heard good things about. Basically everything I would want in a truck. Problem is the price tag. They want $59,000 and some change for this truck, which is a lot of money, and I don't know. But if you want this kind of a truck, you're gonna have to pay for it. That's all there is to it. So I think the truck or the vehicle that a person drives really says a lot about their personality. I think this truck right here says, Grandpa, well-to-do businessman. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this truck yet. I like this truck a lot, but it might be, I don't know if I'm old enough for it yet. The engine shut off, and I think if I take off slowly, it won't start the engine. It'll be on battery power. The engine hasn't started. There's no RPMs yet. So I'm going basically 9 miles an hour. There's 10 miles an hour on just battery. There. The engine started. Now we're burning dinosaur juice like usual. All right. Well, this is a really nice truck. I don't know if I'm ready for it quite yet, but I'm feeling a little persuaded, but I don't know. I'm gonna go in there and talk to him. I'm not gonna make any rash decisions today, but I'll think about it for a few days and then I will decide. So I did think about it. I stewed and I worried and I weighed my options and I kept a close eye on Marketplace for a few more days. And finally, I decided to pull the trigger. Oh, I think I see it. That ain't bad at all. I couldn't do it. The entire time I was looking for the big budget newish trucks, these cheap fixer-uppers kept showing up in my Marketplace feed. It was like enticing a child with candy.
Kind of a hectic week.
Yeah, a little busy. I'm Neil, by the way.
Look.
Well, here's 9,000. If you'll do that.
All right. I'll count that out for you.
Well, we struck up a deal for 9,000 bucks. It's got a lot of miles, but I think that gives me room to kind of play around, get some tires, clean it up, make it look nice, put some seats in it. We'll talk about all this stuff. I got to get this Jeep hooked up to it. I'm going to try to tow it home, hour and a half with a new pickup. Well, thanks a lot, Luke.
Thank you. Yeah,
appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming up.
Okay, well, we'll see if I can make it home, and then This little silver number popped up one evening, and it was the cheapest 2015 or newer truck I had ever seen listed. It had a lot of miles, and it certainly wasn't the prettiest, but it was a crew cab, it was a V8, and it was silver. Probably going to need that gallon of elbow grease too. But try as I may, I cannot resist the fixer-upper. I guess I'm not ready to be a well-to-do businessman grandpa just yet. All right, well, I made it home with the Jeep last night, no problem. The truck actually runs really, really good. Right now, we're going to tackle the one thing I know we can do inexpensively. The girls are already on it because they can't stand it, and we're going to start peeling this black wrap off of there. You saw that when I first bought it, someone had put a black wrap on the entire truck, and we got to see if we can get that removed. All right, so I don't think it'll be too bad if we tackle like one panel at a time. So we'll do the hood, and then we'll move on to the fenders and the doors and just do one piece at a time. Well, the girls did a great job of helping me get the hood cleared off. That looks 100% better. The paint isn't quite perfect underneath there, and I don't think that's gonna come out of it, but those are the brakes. I'm trying to get the wrap out from around this window or this mirror. So I don't know if I can take this mirror off and get to it or not. Well, I must say, whoever did the wrap on this thing did it right. Oh, probably broke that. Oh yeah. That wrap goes clear up under there. I found the screw in this one. So I got this little plastic razor blade from Amazon that's actually works pretty good. You put these plastic razor blades in it instead of real razor blades, and they give you a lot of spares, but that's been working good to get up underneath there. All right, well, I have been at this several times, several different nights, and what I've learned is the roof is much worse than what the hood was because of these ridges. The vinyl obviously goes up and down, and then they used additional adhesive on the down parts of these ridges in order to make the vinyl stick in the corners, and that's making it worse. I was having a heck of a time. I basically gave up on what I was trying, but I don't quit. I won't quit until I'm done. So I searched on Amazon. I found this stuff called Vinyl Off, and this is supposed to make it so that the vinyl is less brittle. Right now the problem I'm getting is you'll get it started and then it'll just break. You can't grab a hold of it and get it off of there. So I'm hoping that this stuff will maybe, it's supposed to make it so you can grab a hold of it and pull it off of there. Well, I just got done getting all the vinyl off the top, and that was a pain in the butt. It took a long time, but it is complete. Now there's a bunch of residual adhesive on the top that I need to get off. I did everything that I could reach standing in the bed. I've got my magic eraser wheel. I'm gonna see if I can get the rest of this stuff off of here. Well, thank you for Chad Williams there on YouTube for providing an excellent tutorial on how to remove this tailgate latch. I think with that bit of information, I'll be able to get this out of here and get in behind the latch cover to get that vinyl wrap off of there. It's the same way around the tail lights and the headlights. I already took one tail light out. I'm going to take that one out too so I can get behind it. But, you know, I think this is what the previous owner did a lot of work to get the wrap 90% of the way off, maybe 85%, and he just kind of gave up on it. He told me that too. He's like, I had enough of it. Obviously, when they put the wrap on, they did it right, and they took this tailgate latch cover off of here, put the wrap on, and put the cover back on. So kudos for them for doing a good job on the wrap. It just makes it really tough when you're trying to undo the wrap, unwrap it. Yeah, I'm unwrapping this truck. Why didn't I think of that until just now? So this is nice because it's bringing the adhesive off with it. Much easier than trying to pick it out from under there. You know, I think that anybody that does this kind of stuff and has to do a repetitive or mundane or unpleasant task will tell you that the completion of the task is what makes it rewarding. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think I'm old enough yet to just quit doing this kind of stuff. At least not yet. There'll be a point in time where I want no part of this, and I'm close. I'm very close. But I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. I got a little left in me. And so I invite you to challenge yourself. Take something on and just do it. You'll feel good about it when you're done. Because like they say, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, right? All about the journey. Kind of cliche, but there's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to all those kind of sayings. But this tailgate actually cleaned up really nice. There's still a little adhesive to get off of here, a little more rubbing and elbow grease, but we'll get it. The wrap actually really protected the paint. All right, well, you get the drift. I'm almost done getting this cleaned up. Got a little bit to do around the tailgates and the sides. We'll give it a good wash and then wrap this up. You You know, the money that they are getting for these new pickups is just way beyond what I want to invest right now. Even a 2 or 3 year old pickup at $40,000 or $35,000, that's still more than I want to spend right now, because you know what? There are other things that I want to invest in. I've got some attachments I'd like to get for the skid loader, and eventually the big ticket item is to build a new storage shed here to keep everything under one roof. And if I'm going to achieve any of those goals, I can't be sinking a bunch of money into a pickup truck that I put about less than 10,000 miles a year on. So this seemed like a smarter choice to me. So I got $15,000 from my black F-150 that I sold. I gave $9,000 for this truck. I've got it cleaned up. It doesn't look too bad now. I've got basically a blank slate. It's silver, but I've got some ideas. I've got some things that I want to do to make it better fit my brand. If you've been here long enough and you know what I like and the style that I choose, then you'll probably have a pretty good idea on what I hope to do. But in the next couple weeks, that's what I will be doing. I got to fix up the interior a little bit. I'm going to change the appearance quite a bit. And hopefully by the end of it, those investments will get back to my $15,000. I'll be about even money, but I'll still be at the same risk factor, because this one has over 200,000 miles on it. But I feel like anytime you get over 150,000 miles, you're kind of at the same risk for engine and transmission problems. And you just never know. It's a roll of the dice. At $15,000, that's not a huge investment these days, unfortunately, on a truck that's less than 10 years old. And well, you gotta live with it. If something fails, then it's on me. So I still have a goal of one of these days having that grandpa truck. Sure, looks great, it would feel great, and I'm looking forward to that day. But it's not here yet. I mean, we're not there yet, if you know what I mean. But I know what I do know, and that's that I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. Make sure you let me know down below what you think. Did I make the right decision, a poor decision? I question myself, really, I do. But I do know that I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you liked it, and if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. This thing's going to look a lot different at the end of the next time you see it.
Okay, so my name is Neil Cove. This is my daughter Ella, and Eva is over there.
Get to the point.
So I got this new truck, and so you see this like black stuff on it? I'm gonna make my daughters try to get it off.